Lisa Morgan stared at the view screen with hollow eyes. The ruins of New Hope Colony floated in space before her, chunks of metal and concrete spinning slowly against the backdrop of Proxima Centauri b. Just 3 days ago, 20,000 people had lived there. Now there was nothing but debris and silence. Any life signs? Lisa asked, though she already knew the answer. Eric Sullivan shook his head. The first officer's usually perfect uniform was wrinkled, his face pale from lack of sleep. Nothing, Captain. We're too late. The bridge of the USS Defiant was quiet. The ship hummed softly around them, the last surviving warship of Earth's defense fleet. What had begun as a routine patrol had turned into a nightmare when the distress calls started coming in, first from the outer colonies, then closer to home. By the time they returned from their deep space mission, almost everything was gone. Communications Officer Winters, any word from Earth Command? Lisa asked. Ryan Winters pressed his fingers against his earpiece, his face grim. Still nothing clear, Captain. Just the same message repeating. All defense systems down. Fleet destroyed. You're on your own. Lisa walked slowly around the bridge, feeling the weight of command more heavily than ever before. 42 years old, with 20 years in the service, she had never imagined facing something like this. The Defiant wasn't even supposed to be a frontline vessel. It was an experimental ship, built to test new technologies rather than fight wars. Dr. Pierce, any insights on what happened here? She asked. Alan Pierce looked up from his science station. The 45-year-old xenobiologist had been analyzing the debris field for hours. Same pattern as the other colonies, Captain. The attack was precise, methodical. Whoever did this knew exactly where to hit. Lisa nodded. And we still don't know who they are or what they want. Captain, Kate Bell called from the weapons station. The 29-year-old lieutenant's eyes were wide. Long-range scanners are picking up something big, very big. Lisa rushed to her station. Show me. The screen shifted to show a mass of ships moving through space in perfect formation, not dozens. Not hundreds, thousands. Are those all ships? Eric asked in disbelief. Confirmed, Kate said, her voice barely above a whisper. I count at least 1,000 vessels, maybe more. They're heading toward the solar system, Ryan said. Toward Earth. Lisa gripped the edge of the console. Earth had already lost contact with them. The planet's defenses were crippled from the earlier attacks. Billions of people had no idea what was coming. What's our status? She asked. Eric checked the ship's systems. Fuel cells at 82%, weapons at full capacity, shield generators functioning above normal parameters thanks to Lieutenant Bell's modifications. Kate had been working on the shield systems for months, testing a new configuration that could theoretically make the ship harder to detect. It was experimental, untested in combat, but they needed every advantage they could get. Dr. Pierce, what can you tell me about these ships? Elisa asked. Alan studied the readings. They're unlike anything in our database. The energy signatures are strange. They seem to be operating on some kind of linked network, almost like a hive mind. Lisa looked at the alien armada on the screen. 1 human warship against 1,000 alien vessels. The odds were beyond impossible. Logic said they should hide, try to preserve what might be the last piece of human military technology in the galaxy. But Earth didn't have time for logic. Earth needed a miracle. Ryan, keep trying to reach Earth or any other human outposts, Lisa ordered. Kate, I want those shield modifications online now. Eric, plot a course to intercept the alien fleet. Eric stared at her. Captain? Did you say intercept? I did. But there are 1,000 of them. We're one ship. Lisa met his gaze. And we might be the only ship Earth has left. If those aliens reach our solar system, humanity is finished. We need to buy time or find a way to stop them. The bridge was silent as her words sank in. They all knew she was right. Kate, Lisa continued, you said your shield modifications could make us virtually invisible to certain types of sensors, right? Kate nodded slowly. In theory, yes. The new configuration bends energy around the ship instead of absorbing or deflecting it, but it's never been field tested. Well, it's about to be. Lisa turned to the ship's AI interface. Aria, run simulations on Lieutenant Bell's shield modifications against the alien energy signatures we're detecting. The ship's AI responded immediately. Running simulations. Preliminary results suggest 78% probability of effective concealment from detected alien sensor types. Those are good odds, Lisa said. For a science experiment, maybe, Eric muttered. For our only chance of survival. We work with what we have, Lisa said firmly. Dr. Pierce, continue analyzing their communication patterns. Maybe we can learn something useful. Sam, I need the engines ready for quick maneuvers. Chief Engineer Sam Torres nodded from his station. The 40-year-old had kept the experimental ship running smoothly through situations it was never designed to handle. Engines. We'll be ready, Captain. I'll see what I can do about boosting power to the weapon systems, too. Lisa called up the tactical display. We won't beat them in a direct confrontation. But if we can stay hidden, learn about them, maybe find a weakness. She trailed off, knowing how desperate it sounded. Tactical Officer Danielle Foster spoke. Up. Captain, I served in Special Forces before joining the fleet. Sometimes the biggest target is also the most vulnerable. If we can identify their command structure, maybe we don't need to fight all 1,000 ships. Lisa nodded. That's the kind of thinking we need. Everyone listen to me now. She looked around at her crew, these men and women who might be the last free humans in the galaxy. I know the odds look impossible. I know the logical choice would be to run and hide. But Earth is our home. The people there have no idea what's coming. They can't defend themselves. She walked to the center of the bridge. We're going to shadow this alien fleet. We're going to learn everything we can about them. And then we're going to find a way to stop them. Because if we don't, no one will. Medical Officer Greg Howard looked up from where he was checking a crew member's injured hand. The 37-year-old doctor had lost his family when the Mars colony fell. You really think we have a chance? Lisa met his eyes. I think human beings have always done the impossible when their backs were against the wall. And our backs have never been more against the wall than they are right now. She turned back to the view screen, watching the massive alien fleet. Area, prepare a log entry. The USS Defiant is officially commencing Operation Last Hope. We will pursue the alien fleet and gather intelligence on their capabilities and intentions. If possible, we will attempt to disrupt their advance toward Earth. If not, we will do what damage we can. Eric stood beside her. The crew is with you, Captain, whatever happens. Lisa nodded, grateful for his support. Kate, activate your shield modifications. Let's see if we can get close without being detected. Sam, keep us running quiet. Ryan, passive sensors only. Let's not announce ourselves until we're ready. Kate's fingers flew over her console. Shield modifications coming online now. The lights on the bridge dimmed slightly as power was redirected. A soft hum filled the ship as the experimental technology engaged. Shield configuration stable, Kate reported. If the simulations are correct, we should be nearly invisible to their sensors. Good, Lisa said. Eric, take us in, nice and slow. Let's see what we're up against. The Defiant moved silently through space, a ghost ship gliding toward the massive alien armada. On the view screen, the enemy vessels became clearer. They were unlike any ships humanity had encountered before, organic-looking, with structures that seemed to pulse and shift. They're beautiful in a terrifying way, Dr. Pierce murmured, studying the readings. These energy patterns, it's like the ships are communicating with each other constantly. Can you tap into those communications? Lisa asked. Working on it, Ryan said from his station. The patterns are complex, but there's definitely a structured language there. Lisa watched as the Defiant drew closer to the alien fleet. One human warship against 1,000 alien vessels. The first step in what might be humanity's last stand. Whatever happens, she told her crew, remember this. We are not just fighting for ourselves. We are fighting for every human being in the solar system. For the future of our species. She straightened her uniform. And we have one advantage they don't. What's that, Captain? Sam asked. Lisa smiled grimly. They don't know we're here, not yet. And by the time they figure it out, We're going to make sure they wish they'd never heard of humanity. The Defiant drifted silently through space, hidden in the shadow of a massive asteroid. Ahead of them, the alien fleet continued its steady journey toward Earth. It had been 3 days since Captain Lisa Morgan made the decision to follow them, and so far Kate Bell's shield modifications were working. The aliens had no idea they were being watched. "Status report," Lisa said, entering the bridge after a brief rest. She hadn't slept more than 4 hours at a time since they began their mission. Eric Sullivan looked up from his station. "The fleet hasn't changed course or speed, still on track to reach Earth in approximately 6 days. Lisa nodded and turned to Dr. Pierce. "Any progress on understanding their communications?" The scientist gestured to his screen, where strange patterns pulsed and shifted. "Yes, actually. Officer Winters and I have been working around the clock. We've managed to decode some basic elements of their language." Ryan Winters stood up from his communication station, excitement visible in his tired eyes. "It's fascinating, Captain. Their communication system is nothing like ours. It's based on quantum entanglement. All their ships are linked, sharing information instantly across vast distances." "Like a hive mind?" Lisa asked. "Similar, but not exactly," Dr. Pierce explained. "Each ship appears to have some autonomy, but they're all connected to what we believe is their flagship." He pointed to a massive vessel at the center of the alien formation. It was at least 5 times larger than any of the other ships. Chief Engineer Sam Torres joined the conversation. "That would explain the energy readings we've been picking up. The smaller ships are constantly receiving data packets from the big one." Lisa studied the flagship on the screen. "So this is their command center. If we could somehow disrupt their communications, it might throw their entire fleet into chaos," Eric finished her thought. Kate Bell had been listening quietly. From her weapons station, "I might have an idea about that," she said. "If their communication system is based on quantum entanglement, then it should be possible to create a disruption, a virus of sorts." "A virus?" Lisa asked. "Explain." Kate stood up and walked to the lower, main display. "Quantum entangled systems are incredibly powerful, but they're also vulnerable in specific ways. If we could introduce conflicting data into their network, it might cascade through their entire system." "Like putting the wrong code into a computer," Sam said. "Exactly," Kate replied. "But to do it, we'd need to get close to their flagship. And I mean really close." Lisa frowned. "How close?" "Close enough to momentarily drop our shields and send a targeted data burst directly into their system." The bridge fell silent. Dropping their shields even for a moment would make them visible to the alien fleet. "That sounds like suicide," Eric said finally. "Maybe not." Tactical Officer Danielle Foster spoke up from her station. The former Special Forces officer had been quietly analyzing the alien fleet's patrol patterns. "I've been tracking their security protocols. Their ships move in predictable patterns. There are gaps we could exploit." Lisa walked over to Danielle's station. "Show me." Danielle pulled up her findings on the display. "See here? Every 4 hours there's a rotation in their patrol pattern. For approximately 30 seconds there's a blind spot near the flagship's lower quadrant." 30 seconds isn't much time," Eric noted. "It's all we would need," Kate said. "Just long enough to drop shields, send the data burst and bring shields back up." Lisa studied the display. It was risky, incredibly risky, but they were running out of options. Earth wasn't answering their calls. The Defiant was truly on its own. "What kind of virus are we talking about?" she asked Kate. "That's where it gets complicated," Kate admitted. "We don't fully understand their language yet. Creating something that would definitely work would take more time than we have." Dr. Pierce cleared his throat. "Actually, I might have something that could help with that. While analyzing their communications, I've discovered something interesting." He pulled up a different display. "They keep repeating certain patterns when referring to humans. At first I thought it was just their word for our species, but it's more complex than that." "What do you mean?" Lisa asked. "Based on the emotional resonance in their communications, they're not just talking about humans as an enemy. They're talking about humans as if we're something from their mythology, something they fear on a deep level." Ryan nodded in agreement. It's like we're boogeyman to them. There are references to some kind of prophecy or ancient warning about our species. Lisa raised an eyebrow. They're afraid of us? When they have 1,000 ships and we have one? Fear isn't always rational, Dr. Pierce said, and that's something we might be able to use. Before they could discuss further, an alarm sounded. Sam rushed to his engineering station. Captain, we have a problem, he said urgently. One of their patrol ships has changed course. It's heading directly toward the asteroid we're hiding behind. Have they detected us? Lisa demanded. I don't think so, Sam replied. Seems like a routine patrol. But if they come around that asteroid, they'll spot us for sure. Lisa made a quick decision. Prepare for silent running. All non-essential systems offline. Minimal life support only. The crew moved immediately, powering down systems across the ship. The lights dimmed to emergency levels, and the constant hum of the engines faded to near silence. Patrol ship will pass within 1,000 meters of our position, Eric reported, his voice a tense whisper, though there was no need for actual quiet in space. Lisa held her breath as they watched the alien vessel on their minimal sensors. It was smaller than many of the others, but still twice the size of the Defiant. Its organic-looking hull seemed to pulse with internal light as it moved closer. 500 meters. Eric counted down. 300. The alien ship slowed as it approached the asteroid. Was it suspicious? Had it detected something? It's scanning the asteroid, Ryan reported, watching his passive sensors carefully. The seconds stretched like hours as the alien patrol ship hovered, near their hiding place. No one on the bridge moved. At minimal power, even their life support systems were barely functioning. The air was growing stale, and the temperature was dropping noticeably. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the alien ship moved away, continuing its patrol route. We're clear, Eric said, relief evident in his voice. Lisa exhaled slowly. Restore systems to normal operation. That was too close. As the ship hummed back to life around them, Lisa called her senior officers to the conference room. It was time to make some decisions. We can't keep hiding forever, she told them once they were assembled. Sooner or later, they'll detect us. We need to act. The virus is our best option, Kate insisted. If we can disrupt their communication network, it might buy Earth time to prepare. But we still don't know enough about their language to create an effective virus, Sam pointed out. Dr. Pierce leaned forward. What if we don't need to? What if we use their own fears against them? He pulled up his findings on the room's display. Look at these communication patterns. They believe humans are connected to some ancient enemy they faced generations ago. So we feed into that fear, Danielle suggested. Create confusion and panic, rather than trying to shut down their systems completely. Lisa nodded slowly. A psychological weapon rather than a technical one. Exactly, Dr. Pierce said. We craft a message using the symbols and patterns they associate with their ancient fears. We don't need to understand everything about their language, just enough to trigger their existing fears. And once they're disrupted, Eric added, Earth might have a fighting chance. Medical Officer Greg Howard, who had been quiet until now, spoke up. Are we sure about this? If these aliens truly fear us because of some ancient prophecy or misunderstanding, are we just confirming their worst beliefs by attacking them? Lisa considered his words carefully. You raise a good point, Doctor. But right now, they're heading to Earth with 1,000 warships. Whatever they believe about us, their intentions don't seem peaceful. I agree with the captain, Ryan said. Besides, we're not talking about destroying their fleet, just disrupting them long enough to understand why they're attacking us. Lisa stood up. Then it's decided. Dr. Pierce, work with Ryan and Kate to develop this psychological virus. Danielle, I want a detailed plan for approaching the flagship, using that 30-second window. Sam, I need the engines ready for quick maneuvering once we're detected. As her officers nodded and prepared to leave, Lisa added one more thing. And everyone, get some rest while you can. In 24 hours, We're going to do something no human ship has ever done before. We're going to strike at the heart of an alien armada. Time seemed to slow on the bridge of the Defiant as they approached the alien flagship. Captain Lisa Morgan watched the massive vessel grow larger on the view screen. Up close, its organic design was even more unsettling, ridges and spines flowing across its surface like veins on a living creature. Approaching the insertion point, pilot Jason Rodriguez reported. His hands moved smoothly over the controls, guiding the ship through space with precision that no auto-navigation system could match. At 34, Jason was considered the best pilot in the fleet. Now, he might be the last. 30 seconds, until the patrol gap opens, Tactical Officer Danielle Foster announced, her eyes fixed on her display. Lisa looked around the bridge. Everyone was at their station, faces tense but determined. Final check. Status reports. Engines ready for rapid acceleration, Sam Torres confirmed from engineering. Shield modifications functioning perfectly, Kate Bell said. Ready to drop on your command. Virus package prepared and ready to transmit, Ryan Winters reported. Next to him, Dr. Pierce nodded in confirmation. Eric Sullivan turned to Lisa. All systems go, Captain. The crew is ready. Lisa took a deep breath. This was it. One chance to strike at the heart of the alien fleet. If they failed, the Defiant would be destroyed, and Earth would have no warning of what was coming. Patrol gap opening in 5 seconds, Danielle announced. 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Drop shields, Lisa ordered. Transmit the virus. Kate's fingers flew over her console. Shields down, transmitting now. On the screen, they saw a thin beam of light shoot from the Defiant toward the alien flagship. For a heartbeat, nothing happened. Transmission at 30%, Ryan reported. 50%, 70%. A sudden alarm blared through the bridge. We've been detected, Eric shouted. Multiple alien vessels changing course toward our position. Transmission at 85%. Ryan continued, his voice steady despite the chaos. Hostile weapons charging, Danielle warned. 15 seconds until they're in firing range. Lisa gripped the arms of her command chair. Hold position, we need that transmission to complete. 95%, Ryan counted. 98. Transmission complete. Shields up, Lisa ordered. Jason, get us out of here. Kate restored the shields just as the first alien energy blasts reached them. The ship shuddered with the impact. Shields holding at 90%, she reported. The modifications are still working to some degree. Jason's hands danced across the controls, and the Defiant shot away from the flagship, weaving between the approaching alien vessels. Did the virus work? Lisa asked. Dr. Pierce studied his readings. Uncertain. We definitely uploaded something to their network, but... He was interrupted as the ship rocked violently. Direct hit on our port side, Sam reported from engineering. Shields down to 70%. They're pursuing, Eric announced. I count 50 ships breaking formation to chase us, 50 against 1. The odds were still terrible, but better than 1,000 to 1. Jason, can you lose them? Lisa asked. The pilot didn't take his eyes off his controls. Not all of them, but I might be able to thin the herd. Do it. Jason nodded and sent the Defiant into a series of maneuvers that pushed the experimental ship to its limits. They dove toward a dense asteroid field, using the floating rocks as cover. They're splitting up, Danielle reported, trying to surround us. Captain, Ryan called from his station. I'm picking up something strange. The alien communication network is experiencing disruptions. Ships are sending conflicting orders. Dr. Pierce moved to Ryan's station, examining the readings. The virus is working. Not exactly as we planned, but it's creating confusion in their network. Lisa allowed herself a moment of hope. Can we use that somehow? Maybe, Ryan said. Some of the alien ships appear to be targeting each other due to misidentification. Targeting solution ready, Kate announced from weapons. I've identified what appears to be their sensor arrays. One good hit might blind them temporarily. Fire. When ready, Lisa ordered. Kate launched a series of precision strikes at the nearest pursuing alien vessels. The Defiant's experimental weapons hit with surprising effectiveness, causing several enemy ships to veer off course, their sensor arrays damaged. "It worked," Kate exclaimed. "Their formation is breaking down." But the victory was short-lived. The ship shook again as more enemy fire found its mark. "Shields at 50%, Eric reported grimly. "We can't take much more of this." Lisa made a quick decision. "Jason, head for that large asteroid at bearing 357. Sam, divert all non-essential power to the shields and engines." As the Defiant raced toward the asteroid, the alien pursuers closed in from multiple directions. "They're surrounding us," Danielle warned. "That's exactly what I want," Lisa said, surprising her crew. "Kate, prepare to release all our remaining probes. Program them with the same electromagnetic signature as our ship." Understanding dawned on Kate's face as she quickly carried out the order. "Probes ready, Captain. Now, Jason, when we reach the asteroid, I want you to take us around it at full speed, then cut engines for 3 seconds before re-engaging." The pilot nodded, understanding the risky maneuver. "Everyone brace for high G turn," Lisa warned. The Defiant swung around the massive asteroid at a speed that strained both the ship and its crew. As they completed the turn, Jason cut the engines as ordered. "Release probes now," Lisa commanded. Kate launched the probes, which scattered in different directions, each emitting the same signature as the Defiant. "Engines back online," Jason reported, re-engaging the drive. On the tactical display, they watched as the confused alien ship split up, some following each of the decoy probes. "It's working," Eric said in amazement. "They don't know which one is us." "Captain," Ryan called urgently. "I'm receiving a transmission from the alien flagship. They're trying to communicate with us directly." Lisa frowned. This was unexpected. On screen, the view screen flickered and displayed a creature unlike anything they had seen before. It had multiple eyes arranged in a circle around what appeared to be a central brain, exposed and pulsing with bioluminescent energy. When it spoke, its words were translated by the computer in a flat, mechanical voice. "Human vessel. You have violated sacred space. You have corrupted the Hive network. This confirms the prophecy of the destroyers." Lisa stepped forward. "This is Captain Lisa Morgan of the Earth vessel Defiant. You attacked our colonies without provocation and are heading toward our homeworld with a war fleet. We acted in self-defense." The alien seemed to pulse more rapidly. "The prophecy foretold your deception. The Zalari Collective has witnessed the destruction your kind brought to the ancestor worlds. We will not allow the cycle to repeat. We've never encountered your species before," Lisa insisted. "Whatever destruction you're referring to, it wasn't caused by humans. The genetic memory does not lie," the alien responded. "Your pattern is recognized. Prepare for extinction." The transmission cut off abruptly. "That went well," Eric muttered. "At least we know what they call themselves now," Dr. Pierce said. "The Zalari Collective. And they seem to believe we're somehow connected to some ancient enemy from their past." Before Lisa could respond, the ship shook violently. "Multiple impacts," Sam called from engineering. "Shields failing." "The alien vessels are coordinating. Again," Danielle reported. "They've identified our real position." Lisa made a split-second decision. "Kate, what's the status of our experimental electromagnetic pulse weapon?" "Charged but untested," Kate replied. "We don't know what effect it will have on their ships." "We're about to find out," Lisa said. "Target the nearest group of pursuers and fire." Kate activated the weapon. A wave of invisible energy pulsed from the Defiant, spreading outward in a sphere. When it reached the nearest alien ships, their organic hulls seemed to spasm. Lights flickered across their surfaces and several smaller vessels went completely dark, drifting aimlessly. "It worked," Kate exclaimed. "Their systems are temporarily disabled." "All of them?" Lisa asked hopefully. "No, just the closest ones. The larger ships seem to be recovering already." Lisa nodded. "That gives us a chance. Jason, maximum speed, get us some distance. Ryan, continue monitoring their communications. I want to know if that conversation with their leader reveals anything useful." As the Defiant raced away from the disabled alien ships, Lisa knew they had won only a brief respite. The battle was far from over, and Earth's fate still hung in the balance. But for the first time since they had encountered the alien fleet, she felt something she hadn't expected to feel again. Hope. The Defiant limped through space, trailing wisps of vapor from damaged sections of its hull. Captain Lisa Morgan moved carefully through the ship, checking on her crew. Despite their incredible escape, they weren't safe yet. The alien fleet, the Zilari Collective, was regrouping, and Earth was still in danger. In engineering, Chief Sam Torres worked frantically to repair the ship's systems. His face was streaked with grease and sweat, but his hands moved with steady precision. "How bad is it?" Lisa asked him. Sam wiped his brow. "We can still fly and fight, but not for long. Shields are at 30% at best. Weapon systems are holding, but another direct hit to our power core would finish us." Lisa nodded and moved on. In the science lab, she found Dr. Pierce huddled. With Ryan Winters and Kate Bell, they were studying the alien communications they had intercepted. "Tell me you found something useful," Lisa said. Dr. Pierce looked up, his eyes tired but excited. "I believe we have, Captain. After analyzing the communication between the alien flagship and the rest of the fleet, we've made an important discovery. Their language isn't just about transmitting information," Ryan explained. "It's like they're constantly reinforcing their shared beliefs and memories. When our virus disrupted that process, it created more than just confusion. It created doubt." Kate pointed to her screen. "And there's something else. When we hit them with the electromagnetic pulse, it affected their ships in an unexpected way. It wasn't just disrupting their technology, it was disrupting their connection to each other. The ships and the Zilari themselves are linked somehow," Dr. Pierce added, "almost as if the ships are extensions of their bodies." Lisa considered this information. "So their vulnerability is their connectedness. The very thing that makes them strong also makes them weak." "Exactly," Dr. Pierce said. "And there's more. I've been reviewing what their leader said about the genetic memory and the ancestor worlds. Diana Blake from quantum physics has been helping me, and we have a theory." Lisa raised an eyebrow. "I'm listening." Diana Blake stepped forward. She was quiet but brilliant, with an unmatched understanding of quantum mechanics. "We believe there's been a fundamental misunderstanding," she said. "The prophecy the aliens mentioned, we think it's been misinterpreted. The symbols and patterns they associate with humans are similar to those used in ancient mathematical equations describing quantum entanglement." "What are you saying?" Lisa asked. "I'm saying that the destroyers in their prophecy might not be destroyers at all," Diana explained. "In quantum terms, the same symbols could represent observers, or catalysts, entities that cause change through observation." "So instead of being destined to destroy them," Lisa began, "we might be destined to help them evolve," Diana finished. But over generations, the meaning was lost or distorted. Before Lisa could respond, Eric's voice came over the intercom. "Captain to the bridge, urgent." When Lisa reached the bridge, Eric was standing at the tactical display. "The alien fleet has changed formation," he reported. "They're no longer heading toward Earth. They're coming after us, all of them." On the screen, Lisa saw the entire Zilari fleet changing course, converging on the Defiant's position. "How long until they reach us?" she asked. "Less than 30 minutes, Eric replied. Lisa turned to Danielle. "Options?" The tactical officer shook her head. "We can't outrun them in our current condition, and we can't fight 1,000 ships." Lisa thought for a moment. "Maybe we don't have to." She tapped her communicator. "Dr. Pierce, Diana, Ryan, get to the bridge now. Bring everything you have on the Zilari prophecy and language." When they arrived, Lisa explained her idea. "If the prophecy has been misinterpreted, we need to show them the truth. Not with words, but with actions." "What are you suggesting?" Eric asked. "A direct confrontation," Lisa said. "Not with our weapons, but with their beliefs." Dr. Pierce looked concerned. "You want to approach their flagship again? After they've seen what we can do?" "Not just approach it," Lisa said. "I want to board it." The bridge fell silent. "That's suicide," Eric finally said. "Maybe, Lisa admitted. But if Diana is right about the prophecy, it might be our only chance to stop this war before it begins. We can't defeat their fleet, but maybe we can change their minds. She turned to Security Chief Paul Martinez, who had been quietly listening. Can you put together a boarding team? The tough, experienced officer nodded. Yes, Captain, I'll lead it myself. No, Lisa said. I'll lead it. I need you to secure our route once we're aboard. Eric stepped forward. Captain, protocol states. I know what protocol states, Lisa interrupted. But this isn't a standard mission. The alien leader needs to see that humans aren't the monsters they think we are, and that message has to come from me. After a moment, Eric nodded reluctantly. Then I'm coming with you. So am I, Dr. Pierce added. You'll need someone who understands their language. Lisa agreed. Paul, select 3 of your best security officers to join us. We leave in 15 minutes. As the team prepared, Jason plotted a course directly toward the approaching alien flagship. It was a bold move, so unexpected that it might give them a momentary advantage. Lisa addressed the entire crew before departing. Each of you has performed above and beyond what anyone could expect. Whatever happens next, know that your actions have given Earth a chance. If we don't return, take the Defiant home. Tell them what we learned here. The small team boarded the Defiant's shuttle. As the bay doors opened, Lisa took one last look at her ship. Then they launched, heading straight toward the massive alien flagship. As expected, their direct approach caused confusion among the alien fleet. Several ships moved to intercept, but hesitated when they identified the small, unarmed shuttle. They're scanning us, Dr. Pierce reported. Let them, Lisa said. I want them to see we're not heavily armed. The shuttle continued its approach until the enormous alien flagship filled their view screen. Up close, its biomechanical design was even more impressive and intimidating. They're hailing us, Dr. Pierce said. On the screen, the same multi-eyed alien leader appeared. Human vessel, you approach your destruction willingly. Lisa stood tall. We come to correct a misunderstanding. Your prophecy about the destroyers, it's been misinterpreted over time. We are not your ancient enemy. The genetic memory cannot be wrong, the alien insisted. Not wrong, Lisa said. Misunderstood. We request permission to board and present our evidence. There was a long pause. Finally, the alien responded. You may board, but know that if this is deception, none of you will leave alive. The shuttle docked with the alien vessel. As the team prepared to exit, Lisa turned to them. Stay alert, but remember, we're here to make peace, not war. They stepped into the alien ship and found themselves in a corridor that seemed almost alive, pulsing with bioluminescent light. Alien guards surrounded them immediately, creatures with multiple limbs and the same circular arrangement of eyes. The team was escorted through winding passages until they reached what appeared to be a command center. The alien leader waited there, floating in a pool of clear liquid. Speak your truth, human, it said, before the fleet ends your species. Lisa nodded to Diana and Dr. Pierce, who set up the equipment they had brought. Together they displayed the quantum equations they had discovered in the alien transmissions. These symbols in your prophecy, Diana explained carefully, they don't represent destruction. In quantum terms, they represent transformation through observation. Dr. Pierce added, we believe your ancestors encountered beings who helped your species evolve through quantum observation. Over time, the memory of this change became fearful rather than grateful. The alien leader's eyes pulsed rapidly. This is deception. The ancestor memories show clearly that beings with your neural patterns brought great suffering. May I? Lisa stepped forward, holding out a small device. This contains our own history of peaceful contact with other species whenever possible. It also shows how quantum observation changes reality, not through destruction, but through possibility. Before the alien could respond, alarms sounded throughout the ship. On a nearby screen, they saw the Defiant firing on several alien vessels. What is this? The alien leader demanded. You speak of peace while attacking? That's not possible, Lisa said. My ship wouldn't fire unless— Captain, Paul interrupted, pointing to another screen. 3 alien ships were converging on the Defiant, weapons blazing. They fired first, Eric said. The Defiant is defending itself. The alien leader's body pulsed angrily. More deception. The prophecy is fulfilled. The destroyers have come. Lisa made a desperate decision. She stepped directly up to the alien leader, ignoring the guards who moved to stop her. Look at me, she said firmly. If we were the destroyers, would I come here nearly unarmed? Would I risk my life to speak with you? Your prophecy doesn't say we bring destruction, it says we bring change. And sometimes change is feared more than destruction. The ship rocked as explosions erupted somewhere inside it. The guards looked to their leader for instructions. In that moment of confusion, Diana stepped forward and connected their device directly to the alien control system. See for yourself, she said, this is who we really are. The screens around them filled with images from Earth's history, not just war and conflict, but art, music, scientific discovery, and peaceful cooperation. And alongside them, the correct translations of the ancient symbols showing how observation had been mistranslated as destruction over generations. The alien leader floated silently for what seemed like an eternity. Then, slowly, it moved toward Lisa. Perhaps, it said finally, there has been a misunderstanding, one that has lasted for thousands of years. The ship shuddered again. Call off your ships, Lisa urged, before it's too late for both our species. The alien extended a limb toward its control panel and sent a command. Around them, the sounds of battle faded. The attack is ended, it announced. For now, we will examine your evidence more thoroughly. Lisa nodded. That's all we ask, a chance to prove we're not your enemy. As she spoke, a strange sensation passed through the ship, a kind of collective sigh that seemed to come from the vessel itself. Perhaps, the alien leader said, the prophecy was correct after all. You have brought change through your observations. Now we must decide if that change leads to destruction or to something new.